Welcome back to episode 3 of the Slap Happy podcast. We made it more than 2. I mean, that's more than... I think we hit the over.
Now, can we say welcome back to episode 3? Because we didn't already start episode 3.
That's a good point.
Welcome back. This is episode 3.
Welcome back. This is episode 3 of the Slap Happy podcast.
I'm just kidding, Ryan. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. We are currently... This is our last episode where we're going to be together, which is probably later than most people are doing, but we do not have the equipment at the moment to tape separately. Also,
and much to the displeasure of my mother, we're doing this together. She really didn't want me to come.
Well, I mean, everybody's kind of worried about it, and not to say that I'm not.
Right. Yeah.
But we still got to make content for the people.
Right. We're for the people.
We're sacrificing our lives for you. And that's just the kind of people we are.
Regardless what sport we play.
Yes. So we can't not talk about this corona thing since it's taking up everybody's life right now. Mm-hmm. We're kind of in the period of time where it's starting to become real. I talked about that last time, how it was starting to feel real, and now it's like we're living it. Before, I felt it encroaching upon how we're living, and now New York State is...
New York
shutting
State
down.
Like shut down completely. 100% of non-essential workers have to work from home.
Yeah. And
we're in what, like day 9 of quarantine? I mean, people haven't been forced to stay home if they didn't want to, but
but everybody is, I think, for the most part. Everybody up here, unless you're one of those people going out and celebrating spring break in Florida, even though I think spring break ended for pretty much everybody at this point in time.
Probably.
So I think you're just a party fiend if you're doing that still.
I saw a funny tweet. It was like the government told people to stay home, and New Yorkers were like, nah, we're good. So Mother Nature said, all right, fuck you, New York State. You're going to have another 4 inches of snow.
Yeah, I had to look at... That's another way that this corona thing has affected me. It started snowing, and I was like, oh, it's just going to snow. And then I said, what's the date today? And It's late March. Are we supposed to be getting snow in late March?
I mean, yeah, I think
Does that happen?
I don't think it's crazy for that to happen. It's pretty normal, I think.
I have not paid attention to a calendar since this thing has started. I could not tell you what day it is today.
No, it's good that I know what today is because it's my dad's birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Don.
That's huge.
Happy
birthday.
Big 54 for him. It's always easy for me to remember how old he is because it's whatever Super Bowl just happened. Super Bowl 54 just happened, and now he's 54. So it's been, that's nice for me.
That's big. Yeah. That's big on convenience, yeah.
Yeah.
Year of Erlacher, too.
The year of Erlacher. Yeah. Didn't even think about that.
This thing is just starting to tear me down. I'm getting really bored.
I've seen a thing. If you're interested, I'm pretty sure Wednesday mornings, recording this right now, it's Tuesday night. Wednesday mornings, I think, are when seniors can go to the supermarket. So if you want to go,
really?
If you have like a senior fetish.
I think that might just be more danger to them. I don't know if it's like...
that'd be weird of you to do, but...
If it's like Adult Swim, where I'm not allowed in the supermarket at the same time.
Adult Swim, so you can't go in the pool, but you can hang out in the pool area.
Yeah, they might just blow a whistle in my ear and tell me to get out of tops if I start to go in. That could be an issue.
Yeah.
And then there's just old people walking around. I would have to... That's always the worst part of going in the grocery store with a lot of old people. They just move so slow, and they're in the carts. And I think old people just don't give a shit, which is kind of awesome, but not when it's directly affecting you. So when you're in an aisle and you want to just get around, move on, get to the end, get to your stuff, they will have their cart on one side, and then they will just take up the whole other side of it.
And then you don't want to be like, oh, old person, get out of my way. You want to be polite, right?
Yeah. You're waiting for them to pick, but of course, it also takes them forever to find the deal that they want.
Right.
And don't get me wrong.
At the end, at least I'm one of these people, I always like to just give a little subtle smile to old people, just to let them know, hey, I hope you think I'm a nice kid.
I just think of you cheeking it to old people.
Cheeking it?
Yeah. Just cheek to cheek smile, grinning at old people, just running up in their face.
Saying, hey, how's it going?
That just sounds like you're the clown from it.
Hiya, Georgie.
I guess
you want a balloon?
Yeah. You're just doing that to old people in the grocery store.
And they're all named Georgie.
Yeah. I mean, that is an old person name.
It does work, for sure. Work.
But yeah, I can't interfere with their grocery shopping.
Yeah, no, definitely don't. It was more just something that I thought of right now.
Don't get me wrong. I think I am an old person at heart. Would I love to just, number one, like not give a shit and then just take forever and
have an excuse for your bad driving?
That would also help.
Yeah.
And they like look for the cheapest deals and look for the best deals and like coupon.
Mm-hmm.
They'll hand over 50 coupons at the thing. I would love to do that. Sometimes I just feel like I'm stuck into my age stereotype and I'm limited by that. So
you want to branch out.
I would
burst out of the age.
I think I'd fit better in the Social Security baby boomer era.
Huh. I didn't get that vibe from you, but I'm happy to know.
I don't know. I want to be at that age.
Well, at the moment, you are wearing, the typical old person slippers.
Old person moccasins.
Moccasins that you wear around the house.
Yes. That is, I love them too. It's either these or my camo
Crocs. That's a pretty old person thing of you to say.
I don't know if the camo Crocs are as old person.
Your camo Crocs?
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
I don't know what age group that really came into play with.
I don't know.
But I can't imagine being at that age at this point.
No.
With all this stuff going on,
I know. They must be terrified.
I would be. It's weird how I am not scared in comparison.
I know. I really haven't been, and I think I should be, because New York State now is like the third most infected place in the world, I think. The numbers, I mean, a lot of it is, downstate, New York City. I think like the Westchester area has been affected quite a bit. So more I mean, as of Friday, I don't know what the count is now, but like our county had 8 cases, which isn't a lot at all. I'm sure it's risen since then, but
I remember seeing this statistic. If 20% of the population in the United States gets this and has to go to the hospital, they would have half as many hospital beds as they would need.
Oh, wow. So it's like in the Titanic when they had the lifeboats and there weren't enough lifeboats, not enough by half.
Exactly.
Same thing.
I think that's where they got the reference for the study. Yeah.
Right. Okay. They went, all right, Rose DeWitt-Picator, what's her best fucking line from Titanic? And it's that.
Yes. I think Rose did the study.
Probably.
But that being said, they mentioned at the very end of the article, currently 0.5% of people in the U.S. have it.
0.5%?
Yes.
Oh.
So I don't know if 20% is really the metric to go by there.
Yeah, ways to go.
And that makes me think that it's not as serious as it is.
And the fatality rate is like 1.3%, I think.
I did not know that.
So it's something. It's very low.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we'll see how. I don't want to say we'll see. I feel like this is
making it sound like we're not taking it seriously, which we are.
Yeah, I think it's this weird thing where we're spouting off these numbers about it, but I haven't left my house in a long time.
Mm-hmm, I have, but
yeah,
but it was. I drove.
This sounds like an excuse.
All I did, I was isolated in my car. I drove, and then I stayed in one house for like 5 days, and then I drove back to my house today.
Well, how many people were in that one house?
3, including me.
Okay. Yeah, I've stayed in the house by myself, and then just stayed there the entire time.
You must be going through some tissues, Ryan.
Wow. I'm not sick.
Exactly.
It took about a week for me to start going crazy. At first, it was kind of cool to not have anything to do. I became very zen. I was like, oh, this gives me time. It like once you start retirement, Another reason why I think...
Yeah, you got an early start on retirement.
Yeah,
You got a little sneak peek.
Yeah, exactly why I think that I fit in. Because I was like, this gives me time to do my passion projects. I started writing a movie script or TV script.
Oh.
I don't know why I did that.
Cool.
Yeah, and I started just thinking of all these things that I wanted to do, and then I did not do those, or I attempted to do them, and I said, this is hard. So I did not do that. Mm-hmm. That might also go back to the reference of the tissues. But we've really hit a wall, and now I am just desperate to find things to do, and I am going in every which direction. I recently downloaded games back on my phone.
Ooh, like Flappy Bird?
I did not get Flappy Bird. I did have Temple Run.
Ooh, oh wow, throwback.
I started playing Words with Friends again, and then I got pissed.
Ooh, maybe I'll download it and we can play.
I mean, I don't know if I can play Words with Friends anymore.
Oh.
So
okay.
I had it for less than 24 hours.
A very old person game, Words with Friends, I feel like. Scrabble. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they obviously don't know how to work it on the phone, but it's a different time. So I just get very annoyed. I try to put words together and I'm always one letter away.
Yeah.
And then I just start screaming at my phone.
My God. Good thing you don't have anybody else here to scare.
No. I had a Q and I had an I and I had an E and a T. And I just needed a U. And I could have also spelled quiz off of another word.
Wow. Couldn't
find a U anywhere on the board. And I was flipping shit. I was screaming at the top of my lungs. Give me a fucking U.
I'm picturing you, 21-year-old you, screaming in an empty house about not being able to find a U on Words with Friends, and that's a great sight.
No,
that's a great picture in my head.
I think
and for some reason, I'm picturing you shirtless too.
I was laying in bed.
Perfect.
And just trying to. Also, another thing that I've noticed. Okay, I'll get back to the Words with Friends story.
Yeah.
And then I'll get into this, which is a weird thing. But yeah, I just started freaking out. I just hit a wall at a certain point, and I said, I got to stop doing this.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any enjoyment out of it. These kids were spelling words like big words I've never heard of.
You're playing just random people.
Yeah, there was one who spelled the word Iambi, which is definitely not a word.
Iambi?
Yeah, I don't care what Words with Friends fucking says. If you say Iambi to me, I'm probably assuming you speak a different language, because that's definitely not a word.
Or looking at you like you have four heads.
Yeah, that is not in my dictionary. Let me tell you that.
No. What was it?
Iambi. Iambai.
I was picturing it starting with an E.
Nope.
For some reason.
Even less sense. It was fucking terrible.
That would make me mad too.
I was playing that, and I would get pissed off, and then I started playing The Sims, and I was getting pissed off.
Yeah.
I bought The Sims. Don't know why. Maybe just wanted to feel the comfort of a world that was somewhat normal, even though they speak in that weird gibberish language that makes no sense.
Yeah, no, it makes no sense.
But that might be the most enjoyable part of the game.
You know what would be really cool? There's the trend going on Instagram right now about doing 10 push-ups.
No. I don't need anybody telling me to work out.
Well, no. So, The Sims do push-ups randomly a lot. At least when I remember me and my roommates at college, we created ourselves on Sims last year, and everyone would just randomly do push-ups.
Really?
So I think that would be great. You could record your sim doing the push-ups and put it on Instagram.
See, I was just trying to have my sim have as many kids as possible.
No.
That was really my goal. And I was...
Where are you getting the female half of this?
Well, I was just flirting around.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I was trying and it wasn't working. I mean, I get my guy wasn't the most attractive guy. Neither am I.
Don't sell yourself short.
But I appreciate that. I don't know. That was not working. It was not working at all.
Yeah.
And then he would go to sleep at 6 p.m. and wake up at 3 a.m. and I didn't know how to stop it.
Yeah, that's another thing. Their sleep schedule's all messed up. It's weird.
And then he would keep cutting himself when he was cooking.
Does he make hot dogs a lot too?
He was making oatmeal and he would hurt himself. And I don't know how you do that. You put it in the microwave.
Oatmeal really brings it out in me.
I get he would cut himself.
Oh my God.
Stuff, which I don't. It's oatmeal. I don't think there's a knife involved in oatmeal.
He'd cut himself on stuff?
Well, he would just, like, hit his finger and then complain about it. And I'm like, sorry, bro. Like, don't use a knife when you're making oatmeal. And we won't have to deal with this. Maybe just get the instant, just put it in the microwave, and then you'll be fine. Also, charge me money for making oatmeal out of the damn fridge.
What?
And I was like, why am I spending $3 on oatmeal when it's in my fridge?
Right. That's bullshit.
I know. I have a lot of complaints from this
it does,
whole
to be honest,
thing going
it sounds like you're going to have a hard time with retirement.
I am.
If after this 1 week you're...
That's what I'm saying. It's like you enjoyed at first, and then you just... I'm like, wow, I really have nothing to do, and I don't have the ambition to do anything that, like, I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to sit here and play games on my phone. I have found one game that I like, and I forget the name of it. I don't know exactly what its name. It's called Rival Stars Horse Racing. Yeah, and you just race horses and breed horses and
breed
stuff like that.
A lot of sex going on. You're sim guy, you're breeding horses.
It's the Corona. Let me tell you. So I have this. It's
Mm-hmm.
I think I've made my point clear already. No, the Corona. It's pretty much bringing us back to a more primitive time. It's like the apocalypse. We're losing our like pyramid thing. You know that pyramid of needs.
Okay.
Thing.
I'm trying to picture it in my head.
So like some of the basic needs are like food, shelter.
Yep.
And then you go up and it's like social needs and needs of like self-actualization and all that stuff. I'm already, I think I sound pretty smart in this point too, just by showing off that knowledge there. But we're losing those needs. We're not having the social interactions that we need. We're not having any of like our basic needs fulfilled. So I think those basic needs of like humans in caves cooking meat and reproducing for the good of the world, I think that's just what it comes back to.
You're getting that release through your video games.
Yeah, the release that I cannot get in real life.
Oh boy.
Yeah, well, that's more for a therapist, I think.
Yeah, sorry, Ryan. I mean, yeah, you got to talk to somebody else about that.
This might not be the platform that I want to talk about any sexual frustration.
At least you got it out. Well, kind of.
So let's talk about something else. I've had this issue. Don't know why. I think I've just been like laying in bed too much and sitting up while I'm laying. I don't know if you can kind of picture this, but you know when you sit or you're laying down kind of on your stomach and you have your elbows down and just like on your phone.
Sure, you like get up and you're on your elbows and your head's like a foot off your bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I put my shirt on yesterday, new shirt.
Brand new.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, man, what's wrong with this shirt? My elbows behind like my elbow joint are itching like crazy. And I just didn't know if it was the shirt or anything. Woke up today, had the same thing. I had to put lotion on my elbows. I don't know what that's all about, but I like to blame Corona for it. I don't think I have Corona, but maybe Corona has had this kind of like side gig thing where now
it's saying, no, I'm kind of done with being the whole virus thing. I just want to be itchy elbow syndrome.
Yeah, I just want to itch up your elbows.
It's going to be like hand, foot, mouth disease.
Yeah.
Kind of get in the category with that. And now it's going to be itchy elbow syndrome.
Yeah. I mean, it's better. It's definitely not the worst thing to complain. I feel like I'm complaining too much for not having this thing.
Yeah, there are bigger problems out there, right?
Yeah, so I should probably stop with
People are cutting themselves making oatmeal.
I know. Poor guy. What was his name? Was it Cletus Clunk was his name.
Cletus Clunk?
Cletus Clunk, yes.
Reminds me of Tony Gunk.
Yes, I mean, they were probably related somehow. But have you noticed any of these problems? Or any, like, similar struggles?
I got this random red dot on my abdomen, my right, the right side of my gut.
I like it better when you say abdomen.
Yeah, my abs are a little shy.
Not abs.
My abdomen. Sorry.
You got to have heavy emphasis on the A when you say it.
Abdomen.
abdomen.
The abdomen. Okay.
There we go.
So it's been there for weeks now. Probably 2-3 weeks. And at first I was like, oh yeah, I probably just, it was a little tender. I don't know, just going to go away in a couple days. No, it's been there for 2 or 3 weeks. And I don't know, maybe I got a third nipple.
Maybe you got to get checked.
Get it checked?
Yeah. Don't, like,
yeah,
if
maybe.
you get a new, mark, can it be?
Yeah, you're right.
Cancer related?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you have it. I wouldn't get terrified of that, but I think that's
Ryan.
A chance.
I mean, yeah, that's just
It's
one.
not corona.
Well, hopefully not. My elbows are fine.
Yeah, that's true. You're in the clear.
But I don't know. It's just like maybe I do have a third nipple forming. That's
something that you really got to come to grips with.
That's what has really been on my mind lately.
You're really questioning your whole identity since you may or may not have a third nipple.
Be my new fun fact.
That's true.
When people ask me what's your fun fact, well, it can be fun to some. Maybe not though. I got a third nipple.
It can be fun
to some.
That sounds like a threat.
It's kind of on my abdomen. Third nipple.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's all I got. Other than that, no, I haven't noticed anything.
Another weird thing that I noticed was, I think a lot of people have been talking about, is the food thing. Everybody's going to be fat, which helps me, if anything. So that's pretty good.
Helps you?
I don't mind the fat thing. If everybody's going to be fat, that just lowers my competition.
Sure.
And gives me something lower to strive for. I don't want to look like a jacked guy in Abercrombie and Fitch because he's not going to have those abs anymore.
Yeah.
He's going to obviously those abdomen muscles. He's going to be a little bit more sluggish hitting the Tostitos and queso. So
yeah, the bar's just going to be a little bit lower.
Yeah, so that'll make me feel
you'll be
better.
Closer to the bar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I have not eaten anything good. I think the only thing I've eaten other than pizza this past week is hot dogs.
Pizza and hot dogs strictly?
And the Keebler Elf fudge cookies, which are amazing.
Really good, yeah.
Most underrated snack ever. I've been through 4 boxes.
Wow.
In, I think that's in 2 weeks.
Oh, well, I mean, still.
Maybe 10 days.
4 boxes?
4 boxes.
That's incredible.
Yeah. It's not incredible because now I need to go get more.
Yeah. Ooh, and you can't go tomorrow morning.
No, that's true. There's a rope off.
Yeah.
You got to show ID at the door.
Probably. No, definitely not.
You got a bouncer out front.
ID, please. Now they're trying to get a fake ID. It says they're no, still old.
Yeah.
But you would,
or just your AARP card.
Yeah.
To get in. Yeah. I mean, I do need to go. I don't know what other snacks are the big snacks to eat during this thing. I think Twinkies have lost their shine.
Yeah, I've never been a big Twinkie fan.
I've been just scavenging because, like I said, I live alone, so I've been scavenging for stuff in the freezer just so I don't have to buy anything. Sure. I found the Entenmann's little pies recently, and I've been just eating those out of the freezer, and they aren't terrible. They feel like they're terrible. They feel like they're going to make me ill, but they don't taste bad and they work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I can ask for at this point in time. And I think that's, as a younger person going through this, that's all you can ask for.
It's food.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste terrible.
I mean, I'm just stocking up on Tony's pizzas, the $4 grocery store pizzas. I do have Hot Pockets.
Nice.
I have popcorn and chips and just anything that can hold me over just enough.
Till we get through this Rona.
Yeah. Although, I think it's held me 2 weeks and I'm already out. I think I'm running low already, so that is not great.
Yeah. It's just been a lot of boredom eating, too, I feel like.
Yeah.
Just because, we're just stuck in our houses playing Temple Run or Sims, and that you can only last you so long.
Yeah, that's the problem, because we're just overeating because there's nothing else better to do. And that's why I'm going through these groceries in 2 weeks or even less, I think.
Yeah. Really, it's not the time to be doing it.
No. I might do the grocery delivery. I feel like that's going to be clutch.
I heard, the Hannaford to go thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard that's going to be big.
Yeah, it has to be.
I'm sure it is at the moment.
People are saying stay in unless you have to go grocery shopping. So I feel like grocery stores probably the worst place to go because that's where everybody is going.
If you don't want to get it, then don't go there.
Yeah. So I think that might be our biggest threat.
It's just so
exactly
so conflicting.
So food's a big thing. I know for me with school, that's an interesting thing.
Oh yeah, school just started for you, right?
Yeah, I've had class
yesterday.
Yep. I've had class for 2 days, had 2 online classes using Zoom. Zoom is basically this video service for everybody who doesn't know. You can kind of have meetings and stuff, and we have like 80 people from some classes all in the same room. And Zoom is there. It's a gift and a curse from what I've experienced with Zoom in my first 2 days. So first class is awesome. I get to go online. She says, you don't need to have your cameras on. You don't need to have your audio on. Mute your audio so then we don't have as much background noise.
Perfect.
All right. So I don't know what happened in that class from the moment that she said that.
Yeah.
Second class is when I find out the cons. So I'm on FaceTime just talking to somebody about this class and observing people and just people watching, people in the comfort of their own homes, just a little less, I guess, a little less have their guard up in a way. So you get to see
less formal.
Yeah, so you get to see some people in their like natural habitat, and sometimes that's a weird thing, especially like how they decorate. There may be some
any weird stuff you've seen so far?
Masks on the walls that people say, "Oh, I used to make masks."
Like a Jim Carrey.
Yeah, like the mask.
The mask.
It may have looked similar, if I'm going to be honest.
Interesting.
So I just chopping it up with him, and then all of a sudden, teacher unmutes everybody while I'm talking about him. And
oh no,
that wasn't great. But I think I said enough to just make it not clear enough to the point where he didn't know I was talking about him.
Okay, you left it.
Yeah, I think he cut it a little, like just not perfect, because I would have preferred if he didn't cut it at all. But I think I was left pretty clean on that break, and it was just like a little quiet after for like 5 seconds, because I think I said, damn it. And then I muted myself. And when you are the one talking, you're like, your thing goes in the screen right in the middle. And it said my name on it. So they definitely knew it was me. And that probably wasn't great. So that's kind of a fucked up thing about it, that they can just unmute you at any time.
They can unmute you.
Yeah, the teacher can.
Yeah, damn.
So that made me feel a little powerless. And then in this class, she just wanted us to talk the whole time. And that was tough.
Now, how early are you waking up for classes? Like, say you got class at 10 o'clock.
So I have class at 9.
9 o'clock, okay.
But we don't have to watch. That's another good thing about this. Only one of my classes I think we have to go to on time.
Oh,
so
yeah.
They say you can record
You can get up whenever you want.
You can watch whenever.
Ones. Yeah.
And that's probably what I'm going to do for the rest of the second class, because I humiliated myself live. So I just don't want to go back to that out of utter humiliation. But for the first class, I got up at 8:55 for my 9 a.m. class.
That's nice.
I sleep in the nude. Imagine just going to class nude. It doesn't sound appealing, but when it's on a computer and nobody can see you, and you're just laying in bed with SportsCenter in the background, it's possibly the most freeing feeling in the world.
Sounds a little weird still.
Really?
I don't know. I was naked. You're texting like one of your buddies in the class, and you're like, yeah, I was just naked for class earlier.
Well, I wouldn't text anybody that. Well, I don't think I would text them. That seems like it's crossing a line.
Okay,
that's where I draw the line. I wouldn't tell anybody in the class.
Just still sounds weird. Now, I know you wouldn't tell them, but like,
I didn't
just
put it
hypothetically.
in the chat on Zoom to the rest of the class. Like,
it just sounds weird to me,
hi,
the
I'm
idea
naked.
of being naked while you're sitting in an online class. Still sounds weird to me.
I mean, you're sitting in bed. It's not like I got naked for class.
No, I know.
That
but
would be a
I would
different
get
story.
dressed for class. I'm not going to take my clothes off, but I put some clothes on, I think.
Really? Even if it's online?
I think so. I don't know. I just graduated in December, so I got out just in time, so I don't have to deal with all this bullshit. But I think I would put on, at least throw some boxers on.
A nice robe, possibly.
A robe, yeah. I am retired, you know. Yep. Old people must have robes, right?
I would like to hear thoughts on that. So that one might be a poll question. Should I get dressed for class?
If you wake up at 8:55 and you're already naked from sleeping, should you put clothes on?
Yeah. Another question that I have for you.
Yeah.
And we gotta like kind of wrap this up somewhat soon because we have not talked about sports at all in this. Sleeping in the nude.
Yeah.
Okay, good, or bad?
Not bad.
No.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So good.
I think I was like, it's a little weird, but once I started doing it, I was like, I don't think I can go back.
Yeah, it's one of those, once you do it, it's like, cool.
Possibly
this
one
works.
of the most freeing experiences ever. It makes, regardless of the mattress you're sleeping on, you feel like you're on cloud 9. You're not restricted by any movement.
Yeah, okay, I suppose.
I'm not saying I'd sleep in a tent nude, but it probably wouldn't make it worse.
How many mattresses have you slept naked on? I guess your school bed and your home bed?
I'd say 3.5.
3.5. Ooh, okay. That can be a poll question too, right? How many over under? How many beds you slept nude in? 3.5.
3.5. I think 3.5 is a good line to put it.
Like maybe a lot of people have some one night stands, or
I feel like if it's in a sexual situation, you're sleeping nude.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I feel like it's just uncomfortable to say.
Some people have to raise that number a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
So now I feel kind of bad for giving out my 3.5 answer.
I'm not giving out my answer. I gotta think about it, I guess.
I feel kind of ashamed for that now.
It's all right, Ryan.
Yeah. Trending into sports a little bit, I've noticed that Instagram Live is hot in the streets for athletes.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Kevin Love talk to possibly everybody on the internet.
Really?
I've seen him all over the place.
He's been on SportsCenter.
He did the SportsCenter one, and then immediately after did one with NBA. He probably did one with 2K. I don't know. I saw him. He was on for like 8 hours in one day, and then Gordon Hayward was on the next day talking about how he's having another kid.
Another kid?
He's having another
Girl?
kid. And it's a boy.
Oh, he's happy. He is pumped.
He has to be ecstatic.
He is pumped.
Yeah. Do you remember the video?
Yeah. The gender reveal?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was so not happy.
We need the gender reveal for the boy, I think. After
what do you think he's going to do?
I don't know.
He'll probably do a couple cartwheels.
He probably did. Well, he knows.
Or now he knows.
So it's already out.
Right. So
we just got to find it.
Yeah.
But he's been all over the place. LeBron is having his own, drinking wine and
I mean, he's been quarantined.
having a great time. Yeah. I don't get these people who are quarantined with possibly 10 people in their house either. That makes no sense to me.
I was thinking about that. Now, if I were to, get sick and my rest of my family wasn't sick, right? Mm-hmm. And I was just isolated in my room. I mean,
You'd go crazy.
Right. I can't just stay in there and live. Like, I have to be able to go take a shit if I want to.
Well, I think
if
you're
we have
allowed
toilet
to do
paper.
that.
No, I know, but like then they
If
use
you have toilet paper,
but they use the same bathroom a lot.
You just gotta wipe it down.
I guess. I mean, that's pretty hard to do. I don't know. Just the same thing that you were just saying. Like if he's quarantined with 10 other people in his house.
Yeah, I don't know how you would really do it. I mean, Donovan Mitchell made it seem easy, but he also had a basement the size of my own house.
Oh, yeah.
So that should make it easy.
I just feel like if I were to have it, it'd be hard to not pass it to people that also live in my house.
Yeah,
right?
And it's interesting when I heard the thing that they're banning gatherings of 10 people or more. Mm-hmm. I was like, I don't know how my new quarterback, Phillip Rivers, is even going to be able to live in one house with his family since he has 9 kids.
Survival Survival of the fittest.
Survival of the fittest.
Right?
Yeah.
They're gonna have to go like Hunger Games on that.
I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean,
just kick one person out, kick them to the curb.
They could put a couple in San Diego, a couple in Florida, and a couple in Indy.
Right. They're gonna have to get a new house in Indy pretty quick.
Apparently, they're looking to move. I heard. I listened to a thing with him on it, and he's already looking to move. He said, "I don't know about those rumors that we moved to Tampa Bay, but I think that's like a true thing that he did move to Tampa Bay. I don't think that's a rumor. I think, but he says he's moving the family out to Indy.
All right,
and
I mean, they could pop a tent, out in the yard.
I see the Rivers as a tent camping family,
right? Don't you? They're they do seem like that kind of family.
They need more than one
weekend.
tent.
They're going away.
They don't really seem like a tent family though. They seem like
RV.
one of those. Yeah, the RV, but it has to be the white. That's like it used to be white, and now it's like just worn down to this off-white color.
Yeah.
And it has a brown second color with like the shutter windows.
Okay.
I'm seeing this in real vivid color.
Yeah.
And one of the like 80s RVs.
Sure.
That you would see in
and
like.
They got like however many kids he has, 9, I think. All 9 bikes strapped onto the back. For sure.
One that you would see in like one of the vacation movies.
Oh, yeah.
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 For sure. And I guess while we're on the Rivers thing, leads right into our free agency discussion. And we got to talk about the quarterbacks. We might as well start with Phil. I have plenty to say on this.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So,
Colts fan.
Phil signed 1-year, $25 million deal after we said we don't want Brady, which I'm hearing reports of. I don't know if that's true. I feel like that cannot be true.
That you didn't want Brady?
Apparently we
but
said...
it's weird for me if you didn't want Brady but did want Phil.
Exactly. If we didn't want Brady...
You shouldn't have wanted Phil either.
That would be okay, but we didn't want... but we wanted Phil Rivers.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say Philip Rivers is a better quarterback than Tom Brady. That was Sean Merriman. Yeah. I can only think of CTE. I don't really know anybody who would say that Philip Rivers
That's weird.
At any point in his career has been better than Tom Brady. Not that I think Philip Rivers is bad, but
former teammate just sticking by his guy.
Exactly. But that's Tom Brady.
Yeah, it's weird to do.
So I've heard that Tom Brady was interested in coming to the Colts. They said that his camp was really interested. I don't know why he would want to do that. Doesn't really seem like a situation that he would fit in well to. One of the youngest teams in the NFL and not really a ton of weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Just a really good offensive line. And I don't know how he would fit in there. It would not help anything or would not make anything too different from the Pats.
Yeah. I like that we're talking about Phil Rivers. You know, we said we're going to start with Phil Rivers, but now we're just talking about Tom Brady.
Yeah. But getting back into Philip Rivers.
Right.
I hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate getting Philip Rivers. I think he can play.
Mm-hmm.
But with the other moves we made, it doesn't make sense. So I would have liked to have Philip Rivers and then brought in a younger guy like a Jordan Love. Or
you still could do that.
Preferably Tua. I don't think Jordan Love is going to last that long.
Yeah.
To the point where we can grab him. So I feel like we're
Tua.
going to get somebody like a Hurts or an Eason or Fromm that I don't really want to.
You're not too high on those guys.
And we're going to have to pick them like early second round. I just don't really think it makes sense to reach for one of those guys and make that move. I feel like Rivers would be a bridge QB at this point in his career.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
And it doesn't seem like we're going to do that. And if we're not going to do that, then we might as well just let Jacoby keep throwing it because he was doing well before the injury. I think a lot of fans overreacted to how bad he played late in the season while he was obviously hobbled.
Yeah.
And he did have some really bad games, but he showed a lot early. Not that I think he's the answer, but I think he played just as well as Phil.
Definitely not the long-term answer, but I agree. He could be pretty similar, I think, would be pretty similar to Phil if they both were completely 100% healthy for a full season.
Yeah. And that's kind of where I'm at, where I don't see the value in taking Phil. I don't really think it matters too much because it's a 1 year, $25 million deal into a team that had $90 million in cap space.
Yeah.
Not going to really kill us. And the fact that we barely sign anybody in free agency anyway doesn't really matter too much. But I wouldn't be surprised if Phil doesn't win the job.
Wow.
I could see it. I don't think it's Phil's job right now.
Now, do you think Brissett's going to be there still?
Yes.
You think he's going to stay?
We got rid of Hoyer.
Rumors he was going to go back to New England after Tom left.
I don't think we're giving him up that easily. If it's a high pick, if it's going to be like third round pick, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they're giving up a third round pick for Jacoby.
Yeah, probably.
I don't even know if they have a third round pick.
I have no idea.
They traded a second round pick for Mo Sanu. So if we didn't get a top 10 pick for Jacoby from the Pats, probably would say no.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into the biggest free agent on the market. And
Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, Marcus Mariota with the Raiders. Going to be in a three-way competition with Derek Carr and Nathan Peterman. So.
No, sorry. We can get to Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Clearly the biggest domino to fall.
Yep.
For me, it was, all the reports came out that he was going to Tampa, but then he didn't really release anything or nothing official was there. And now we've kind of heard that he is going there, but for a while I was like, is this really going to happen?
Well, there was all the reports that it's like basically a done deal, and then he didn't say anything for so long, and I guess it's hard now with this physical stuff and hard to get a physical at this point in time. That kind of made me skeptical. I was very wrong on Tom Brady's landing spot. I did not think it was going to be any of the obvious teams. I was sold on him going to a very unexpected place.
And Tampa Bay definitely feels weird. It feels unexpected.
Yeah,
but it was one of the teams rumored.
But I had one. So the team I thought he was going to go to, and I had a couple. I thought the Bears were going to be an option for the Foles thing, which we'll talk about. And I thought my number one landing spot for him, that would have made a lot of sense from my regard, and I think is a bad move on this team's part not to get him, the Los Angeles Rams. I think they would have been a perfect spot.
I'm sorry. As soon as I heard you say the Rams, I just couldn't not think of their logo. Their new logo that came out was absolute garbage.
It's terrible.
Absolute garbage. Terrible. Oh my God, I would be livid if I was a Rams fan.
I don't get it. The Rams had a good logo.
I thought so too. It was simple.
Yeah.
But this one's simple, but it looks dumb.
The Rams, the Chargers are redoing their logo.
Yeah,
the
they came out with it today. The Chargers
logo.
one kind of looks like the Rams one. Did you see it already?
It does a little bit.
A little bit.
But they didn't really do anything.
No.
Did you notice? They just put an A underneath, and I don't think they'll put the Los Angeles Chargers thing on the helmet.
No.
So it'll be the same helmet.
Right. Super weird.
Logo doesn't really matter that much for them.
But
Rams,
okay, you thought Tom was going to go to the Rams.
I didn't think it was going to happen.
But I thought it would be
a really good fit for both sides. I thought they might want to get out from underneath that Goff contract.
Yeah. Which doesn't look great at the moment.
They are in like cap space hell. They're really in win now mode. I thought that would have just been perfect.
Released Todd Gurley, which is weird.
I mean, his knee is just might as well be strapped on the other way.
He might as well be going to the supermarket tomorrow morning with the elderly.
That's true, yeah.
Based on how that knee's doing.
I mean, he's got the arthritis up, down, all around it.
Yeah. So. And his abdomens probably aren't too great either.
No.
Kidding. Definitely good. But okay, so Brady goes to Tampa Bay, and I do like it now that I've got time to digest it for him and for the Bucs. They have a lot of weapons. They have 2,000-yard receivers. O.J. Howard, Cameron Brate.
People keep saying O.J. Howard. I don't get the O.J. Howard thing.
Why?
I think he's like talented football player, but he hasn't done anything. And people keep saying O.J. Howard.
Well, I just said O.J. Howard. It was just one of the in my list. I didn't say O.J. Howard.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying a lot of people even say him before Cameron Brate. And Cameron Brate was basically their number one tight end last year.
Yeah.
And the year before that. So I don't know why O.J. Howard is always person who comes to mind when
he's just, I don't know, their tight end. He's a somewhat recognizable name.
I mean, we'll see if he can do anything.
Tom Brady should elevate his game at least a little bit, as opposed to Jameis Winston, blind Jameis Winston.
That's true. But let's not let that affect how we grade Jameis going forward.
Of course.
I mean, clear eyes, clear hearts, can't lose, something like that.
Sure.
We'll have that for Jameis. Yeah. I don't know how I like it. I think just the jerseys might blur my vision of any proper evaluation of how the fit is, because I just picture Tom in that jersey and I say that makes no sense.
Yeah, it's weird. That is weird. I've seen like Photoshop jobs already.
Yep.
And it just doesn't look right.
No. That's like Tom. It's too futuristic for Tom. Like, imagine him going to the Seahawks. That jersey would just make no sense.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, those jerseys look cool on people who are younger, but when you see it on old man Tom,
like the Patriots,
he needs the classic look.
The Patriots really did that for him.
That's
too.
why I think he would have been a good fit with the Colts.
Oh, okay, sure.
We have that classic. We haven't changed our uniform ever.
No, never.
No, we're just blue and white, and that's about it. But I don't know how it's going to work for Tom, especially in that division.
It's going to be cool seeing him and Drew Brees go up against each other twice a year.
Yeah, I think Drew,
for, I don't know, a couple of years at least.
And the Saints have been one of the best teams in the NFL for the last few years, consistently. So I don't know if they even win that division.
I don't mean the Saints or the Bucks.
Bucks. I don't think the Bucks win that division.
No, yeah, that's going to be hard.
And I mean, I've put my money on Atlanta to be good for too long to think that they're going to do anything.
I know. Every year it's like, oh, Atlanta's sleeper pick. Ever since that Super Bowl, and then they've been meh.
I put money on them last year to go to the NFC Championship game.
Wow.
And that didn't happen. So that was a tough one.
Tough.
Yeah. So I'm not going to be... I don't think they have a threat in Atlanta, and I don't know what Carolina's doing at this point.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that leads us to the highest paid quarterback out of anybody. Not yearly, but most money in free agency. Mr. Teddy B. Bridgewater.
Teddy.
Landing in Carolina. Probably going to take the job from Cam. Probably mean Cam's out of there.
No, Cam got released today.
Oh, yeah. My bad.
So, yeah.
I did
you
see
knew
that. Yeah.
I knew that.
I knew that.
So yeah, definitely Teddy's job to lose.
Yeah.
And Will Greer got traded.
I mean...
Or no, I'm sorry. Kyle Allen, I think, got traded.
Kyle Allen got traded.
Yes, that's who I meant.
To
Redskins. Yep.
And we're going to see what Teddy's got. I mean, they gave him weapons, even though I don't know how good Robbie Anderson actually is if he has to run any kind of route other than just straight ahead.
Yep.
I mean, good for Teddy. I think he deserves it.
Definitely. I was going to say that. Like, definitely good for Teddy. He, as you said last episode, went 5-0.
Yeah.
This year with the Saints. He won that division 1 year with the Vikings. The gruesome knee injury, coming back from that. Good for him.
And didn't go to the Dolphins, no matter how much money they offered him last year and the year before. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, good move.
Which is always a smart decision. Although I don't think a lot of people got that message this season.
I was going to say, I mean, the Dolphins have signed, I think, half the league, half the free agents available.
But, yeah, I think you can't help but be happy for Teddy and just hope that he lasts more than a season, even though I'm not sure if he's going to.
I don't know. How old is he at this point? I don't even know.
He's 27.
Oh,
so
not bad.
Get him till he's 30. Teddy feels a lot like Alex Smith to me. And I don't think that's going to be a bad thing.
But it's not going to win you a Super Bowl, I don't think.
True. I mean, especially not Carolina. I think Carolina's kind of trying to build something. So we'll see if he lasts there or not.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting. We can talk about your guy, Big Dick Nick.
BDN, Big Dick Nick. My guy,
Getting traded to the Bears. I did not see this one coming.
No.
I thought we were going to get him at first. That was one of my hopes. He was my number one guy I wanted, and then Brady, and then Rivers. But I think it's a great move by the Bears. Not saying that it's going to help them a ton.
Yeah.
But I think it's the perfect guy for the situation they're in.
Now, I think it is right because obviously, it's going to work with Mitch because, Foles has done the whole 2-quarterback thing before, having to kind of share the job with Carson Wentz. And it seemed, at least in the public eye, there was no friction between the two. It worked pretty nice, and I believe that. Mm-hmm. It did. So you think him and Mitch, there's not really going to be any controversy there. So that's good.
Yeah. Foles is the perfect guy to balance that competition with not being too threatening, as he's shown.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's not going to threaten Mitch really for the job, but he's going to push him.
I think he's not going to be that guy who comes in and says, like, this is my job.
No.
I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
He's going to be, like, helpful to whoever gets it. If he gets it, he's going to lead the team. If he doesn't get it, he's going to be helpful to Mitch and, like, a mentor.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you want. I don't think they wanted to bring in a guy like a Phillip Rivers or a veteran like that they're paying to say, this is your team, or a guy who
they're not handing him the keys to the offense.
Yeah, a guy to light a little fire under Mitch and maybe take the job if he's better.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah.
He could.
Who do you think is going to be the starting QB for the Bears week 1?
I think it's going to be Mitch Trubisky because Nick Foles only works in Philadelphia.
That's true.
For some reason. I don't know why. And I think he's going to be good with the Bears if he does get the chance to play, just because they give me a similar vibe for some reason. Mm-hmm. But I think it is going to be Mitch, at least week 1.
Yeah, I think that's why I wanted Foles, because of the Frank Reich connection.
True, yeah. That year that they won the Super Bowl, Frank Reich was the OC.
I figured if there was any way that would work or that would be rekindled, it would be with
that makes sense. That makes sense.
But I think week 1 it's going to be Mitch. And
we'll see how it goes.
I think like week 6, week 8 rolls around, I wouldn't be surprised.
I think maybe before that even.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Nick takes it over. And depends what they need. If they only need like 17, 20 points to win games, their defense, which slowed down a bit at the end of the year last year, returns to form and just has confidence enough in their offense to move the ball, to put in effort, then I think they should be okay. Mm-hmm. I think those are all our quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Big trades.
Were
probably the next biggest thing to talk about.
Big one for the Eagles.
Yes. Eagles.
What I want to talk about, Darius Slay.
3rd and a 5th,
which was fine.
I was going to ask how you felt about the compensation.
I'm okay with that. Darius Slay, he's proven throughout his career. What did he come? 2013, I think he got drafted. 2014. Mm-hmm. One of those. Right. He's been one of the better corners in the league.
Yeah, for sure, and very underrated because nobody cares about anybody on the Lions.
Now, the one thing that I didn't like has nothing to do with football at all. The highlight tape that the Eagles put out. Did you see it?
I did not.
So the Eagles posted, they announced the trade on their Instagram and their Twitter, and they, said Eagles acquire cornerback Darius Slay for a 3rd and a 5th round pick, and they put a video with it, and the video consisted of. It was Darius Slay in coverage, but I think about 70% of the clips were from like plays where the receiver made the catch and he just made a tackle immediately. Like there was one of like Odell Beckham Jr.
Resilience.
It was like an 11-yard catch, and then Slay made the tackle, but he still got 11 yards, which is weird to me. It was a weird video for us to put out.
I mean, it's an odd one, but compared to the video that could be shown of most of the Philly corners.
True, it'd be like a 35-yard touchdown.
I think they're just trying to give him a more optimistic sense. Like, hey,
you're right. Hey,
at least this wasn't 35 yards right over his head.
You're right. So I shouldn't complain. I'm sorry, Eagles.
Yeah. You guys made a couple more moves, too. I mean, that was just your biggest need for the past 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, we needed the cornerback.
No corners.
And I am so happy that we finally got like a true number 1 corner that can just follow guys around. And one thing I do like as well, his stats versus Amari Cooper, who obviously is the Cowboys' #1 wide receiver. We play him twice a year. His stats against him are incredible. I think he's, allowing like 25 yards per game versus Amari Cooper or something.
Yeah, but I mean, Amari Cooper never shows up against good corners, I feel like.
Well, I mean,
or good teams.
I mean, but he kills the Eagles.
I mean, well, you don't have good corners.
I know, but now that we do, so I'm happy about that.
Didn't you guys bring Mills back too?
Yeah, we brought Jalen Mills back, but he's going to be playing safety now.
Really?
Yeah, brought him back. He's going to move it into safety with McLeod.
Yep. How does that feel not having Malcolm Jenkins?
Terrible.
Yep.
That one hurt.
I mean, you might as well bring Skandrick back.
That one really hurt.
Fit right in now.
Yeah, I hated that. And then it was like Malcolm Jenkins let he gave like a farewell Philly thing on his Instagram, or he posted it. I don't know. It was like a little letter he wrote, and that really got me. Yeah. He was like, I never wanted to leave Philly. Had great memories here. It was like, we were in a good relationship, and the Eagles broke up with him, and he like posted a good thing on social media about, I'm happy for all the good memories. Just breaks you even more. But
to make it clear that it wasn't his fault.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was
like these guys are the ones that suck.
It was very much just to put it out in the open. Don't hate me. Hate this team that you root for.
No, I don't think there's any, hatred on either side. Definitely not. I mean, we're going to play the Saints. We play the Saints this year.
And the Saints now just are stacked.
Yeah, they're real good. They're real good. I don't know if it's going to be in Philly or not. I don't know where we play the Saints. But that'd be cool if it was in Philly. Malcolm Jenkins come back.
Big return.
Yeah, he'd get a big ovation for sure.
Another thing that is weird with the Eagles, I know they made a few moves, but one move that they still have not made that we just kept hearing forever that they were going to make was Alshon.
Yeah, he's still on the roster. I don't know. I was hearing they were going to cut him. And
for
now,
like the longest time.
Yeah, it was like they're just waiting for the new CBA to get signed, and they're going to cut him right after that.
And that story came out a while ago.
Yeah, it's been a while. It can't be.
You can't come back, right?
Right. No, I feel like there's too much there. The scar's too big.
Yeah, it's not like
it's too permanent.
We were just looking to get rid of him because he wasn't living up to snuff. He was just talking shit about your quarterback.
Right. Rumored, yeah.
You can't just say that.
Right now, I don't know. It's going to be weird. I feel like he's got to go.
Yeah.
But we don't just want to cut him and... I don't know. I don't see another option.
I think you can afford to let him go, too. I mean, especially if you guys draft a receiver in the first round like it's looking like you will.
Looking like we will and we should.
Yeah.
I think it'd be weird if we didn't.
Although you did have a couple big losses on the O-line because it doesn't look like Jason Peters is coming back.
Jason Peters is not coming back, no.
Yeah.
We got the first-round pick last year, stepping in, Andre Dillard.
Yep. And then, what's his name?
Big V?
Yeah.
Big V, yeah, lost him.
Ooh.
Halaport Vaitai? I don't know, that's his name. I have no idea what his name is.
Oh, I thought it was the Halaport Vaitai.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how to say his name.
I think I was close.
I think so. We both were. Okay. But, going to the Lions, good for him. He wasn't all that good, I didn't think.
Well, he was like a backup for the majority.
He was Jason Peters' backup, and he actually was, from like week 10 on in that Super Bowl season, he was our left tackle. So I can't hate the guy.
Can't knock him. Yeah. But have fun in Detroit.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a backhanded compliment.
Mm-hmm, so. For sure.
Yeah, we got to talk about possibly the worst trade in the history of football.
I wanted to talk about this. I really don't know what's going on here.
I think I called it with Jameis Winston replacing
now Jameis Winston is
Bill O'Brien
lining up nicely to be the Texans head coach and GM. You didn't say he was going to be the GM. Because Bill O'Brien is both.
They might bring in Colt McCoy to do that. I don't know. He's a Texas guy.
Wow.
Smart.
Colt McCoy. What's he doing these days?
He's a free agent. He's looking for a job. He's just looking for the right opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. So, DeAndre Hopkins gets traded to the Cardinals for David Johnson.
Second round pick, and they flopped fours?
And they flopped fours? Yeah. Something like that. I knew there was a fourth somewhere in there.
Obviously, pretty even trade.
I just don't understand. This is the time for the Texans to go out and get pieces and try to win one with their cheap quarterback.
But you can't keep Aaron Hernandez on your team. if you don't know,
Yeah.
Bill O'Brien brought DeAndre Hopkins into his office and said, the last time I had to have a meeting with somebody like this was Aaron Hernandez. So I think it was just a meeting. So maybe he just doesn't talk to anybody
and it was
besides people he hates, which sounds like a Bill O'Brien thing.
He was saying that he just doesn't like how DeAndre Hopkins brings his baby mamas around a lot. Basically,
what I would have paid,
quit fucking.
What I would have paid to hear Bill O'Brien say the phrase "baby mamas."
Yeah, he's like the ultimate white guy.
Yeah,
I just picture him 4th of July weekend.
I can't picture him not screaming it either.
4th of July weekend, right next to a grill, New Balance sneakers on, baseball cap, his butt chin just sticking out like a sore thumb.
Yep. He's always wearing a baseball cap. I feel like that's always got to be
for sure. He's got like an oversized T-shirt on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from like the Pats, like the Pats Super Bowl shirts that they get right after the game.
Right, exactly.
He definitely has one of those on, and
or like
probably calling people old sport.
Yep.
That's the gist of
Bill O'Brien
cookout.
And what is he doing? I don't get it.
I think he just hates anybody who isn't him. Is what it feels like. Everybody, I mean, and one of the few times I like to say the same thing as a lot of the sports people, but I agree. All these coaches that come from Bill Belichick like to have that Bill Belichick coaching style.
That trait.
But they don't.
Doesn't work out for them. They're not as good at Belichicking as Belichick is.
They're just not good enough at winning to have people buy into that.
Accept the moves.
Yeah, accept that this guy is an asshole.
Like, you don't win a Super Bowl every 3 years, so I'm sorry you can't be doing this.
Yeah, you can't be an asshole and lose. You can be an asshole and win.
Yeah,
that's kind of just how it works.
Christian Laettner, asshole. Made 4 Final Fours and won 2 national championships. It's fine.
Ask John Beeline how it works. That's a perfect example. He also coached for the Cavs, and I don't think I don't think it matters if you're an asshole or not. I don't think that's ever really going to work out.
It wasn't going to work out.
Unless you're LeBron.
That's one thing for me. Sometimes with NBA coaches, they come in, they inherit this terrible lineup, this terrible team that everybody knows they're not going to be any good, and then there's like, if coach's fault, we got to fire the coach.
Yep. I don't get why he left.
I don't know.
That's a different discussion.
Yeah, sorry.
So,
we can get back into it.
Moral of the story, Jameis is going to be the first player coach since LeBron with the Cavs.
Yeah.
Coach and GM,
ties everything in.
Yeah. And now DeAndre Hopkins goes to a Cardinals team that's kind of stacked.
Kind of intriguing, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
I mean,
the receivers are awesome.
Yeah. The receivers, they have good weapons.
And they have Kenyon Drake, right?
Kenyon Drake.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And Chase Edmonds. Had a couple good weeks as well. And Kyler in a good position.
We'll see what he does.
Yeah.
Hopefully sophomore slump, maybe, or he could turn into...
I feel like that division is good, but it's up for grabs at the same point. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, the Niners are going to be stacked again. They're going to be good, I think.
I wouldn't be surprised if they win that division, just because...
The Rams are... I don't know.
I feel like the Rams are coming in last.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like...
the Seahawks are good.
Seahawks are trending up.
Yep.
I think my prediction, which means nothing, I kind of wish that I wouldn't make a prediction here, but I feel like I'm already too deep, and I wish that we had our random generators to help us with this, so then it would be less of my fault when this doesn't happen. But I feel like the Seahawks are trending up. The Niners might have a down year.
I don't think the Niners can't go up.
Yeah, exactly.
From where they were.
And like the Super Bowl slump is real, I think.
Sometimes I feel like, it's hard the year after you win the Super Bowl, it's hard to go and win it again. But I think it's harder the year after you lose the Super Bowl to win it.
I agree.
The next year.
Yeah, so I think they might have like a dip, not that bad. And,
although the Patriots just did it.
But that's Patriots.
Yeah, true.
And Cardinals are going up, and I think the Rams are.
Yeah. I think that's accurate.
Yeah. So, not the worst place to go, especially when Cliff wants to throw it all over the field. We had another wide receiver trade. Stephon Diggs.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Which he was... It seems like every just couple months he just comes out and says, yeah, I'm done here.
I'm done. I'm sorry. Vikings. Kirk just ain't doing it for me.
Hopes for a trade, and then it happens. Finally. And he's going to the Bills. I saw somebody post something that said, it had a picture of Stephon Diggs, John Brown, and Cole Beasley, and said, best receiving core in the AFC? I'll answer that. No. I don't think anybody else was saying that besides whoever it was that posted that. I don't
solid.
think it's that good, though.
It's not bad. It's
not
pretty solid.
bad,
I'd take that for the Eagles.
Really? I mean, I think the Eagles are going to be in a good spot.
Well, I guess based on
the pick.
We were in a bad spot last year, but I like Greg Ward. I won't get into this too deep. I'll give JJ Arcega-Whiteside another year to see what happens. I don't think he's any good.
Well, I think you guys are going to draft.
Yeah, we're going to draft. Yeah, I'm sorry. We don't have to get into that.
So if you get Ruggs...
I don't think we're going to get Ruggs unless we trade up. We're going to have to.
If you get that kid from Colorado...
Yeah, Laviska Shenault or something.
Yeah, who I think's good.
Yeah.
And then you have...
Deshaun. Deshaun's back.
And Greg Ward, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. But... definitely not the best receiving core in the AFC.
No.
That's for sure. I don't know. I don't think that move's gonna.
I don't think the Bills
kill either team.
The Bills, they got a chance. Now they got a chance to win their division finally.
Yeah, so I feel like it's a move they had to make.
Yeah.
But Josh Allen just has to.
I don't see them being more than
get it to him.
Make the playoffs and lose in the first game or lose in the second game. I don't see them being more than that.
I agree. And then we have one last trade, big trade, and that's DeForest Buckner. Colts acquiring DeForest Buckner for the 13th pick in the draft. Oh boy, I remember hearing about this, and I was like, oh, first round pick. Was it like next year's, or like not this upcoming year's, but the year after? And then I heard, yeah, probably. And I heard, no, it's this year's pick. And I was immediately let down.
Mm-hmm.
I love DeForest Buckner. I think it's a good get. I don't think the price is that bad with the cap. The cap's going to shoot up anyway.
For sure.
I mean, we signed him, and we're projected to have $140 million in cap space next year. So I don't think that's really a big deal. I think a lot of top-of-the-line defensive linemen are going to get that kind of money in the future, especially after the new CBA and everything. So that didn't bother me that much. He's a good guy. He's a young player, and I think he's going to be worth top 5 money. So I'm glad that we got that done.
Mm-hmm.
13 overall is high for anybody.
And I know a big thing for you is the draft.
Yeah.
You love Ballard, the draft.
That's what concerns me about it, is because Chris Ballard says, oh, draft picks. Draft picks are huge. We want to build through the draft. That's how we want to get our talent. But now we're trading away
your biggest asset,
a huge draft pick for us, for this guy that I think we could have gotten for less. I would have been fine if it was 34, which is basically like a late first round pick, which is why I assume we got it.
Yep.
Or we traded 13, but I think 13's too high for anybody. I wouldn't have wanted Hopkins for 13, I don't think. I wouldn't have, even though I don't think it would have taken that much from the look of things.
So.
I don't think I would want Odell for 13.
Nope.
I wouldn't trade anybody for 13. Just the value of the contract.
Yeah.
And having that 5th year, and it being a top 15 pick. I don't think there's anybody worth that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really know where our team is at. I feel like we're going more into a win now mode, and I don't think we're ready for it. And it's a little confusing, but I have faith.
But Buckner, hopefully.
Yeah, I think
he's going to be good. He is good.
Buckner's going to be a good player.
Yeah,
and I think that's why I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we traded it for a guy. I'm not big on acquiring guys in free agency or trade or anything like that and paying guys unless they are top 5 in their position.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Buckner, in his time with the Colts, could be a top 5 player at D tackle. and it's a position we need because I think all of our D tackles are like 270 pounds because we just get run over. So
yeah,
I'm not.
Never been a worry for me with the Eagles. Yeah. Definitely not. Probably our best position.
Line, yeah.
Probably our best position, but
now I feel like we got to go and get Clowney. I think it's
he's been out. He's still out there, which is surprising.
And if nobody's going to pay him $20 million, probably going to want a short-term deal. And we're getting Phil, and we're kind of in this win now kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing Clowney, $18 million a year. If we don't have to pay him $20 million, that's a steal.
I mean, that would definitely, your D-line would be nasty.
Yeah.
So you let go of Margus Hunt.
Yeah, Margus.
Somebody I like that first name. It's unique. I've always enjoyed that.
Margus was a great piece. I do miss Margus.
Good leader.
Yeah. He was a good player. But we have Danico Autry, who had a decent year last year. He's a good pass rusher.
Also got a cool name.
Yep. And I think that's why we were able to get rid of Margus, because we reached our quota for names.
With the name. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
DeForest Buckner.
And DeForest Buckner definitely fits too.
Yeah.
One of my favorite DeForest Buckner stats is his hand size. You know how they measure hand size?
Yep.
12 inches.
What's normal? I don't know.
That's
big.
Yeah, it's like, and they measure from like pinky.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
To thumb.
It's
so
incredible.
Just look at that. And
how big do you think Kawhi's are?
It's a foot.
Yeah, wow.
I think Kawhi's around 11 and like
really?
half or something. It might be bigger, but
wow.
I'm pretty sure it's not as big. I think he's like 6'8", 300 pounds.
Jesus.
And has 12-inch hands. Kawhi is 11 and a half. Yep.
Wow.
I know my hand sizes.
It's weird, but cool.
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, it's a big thing at parties. That might be my fun fact.
Now, that should be your pickup line on Sims. Say, hey. I know hand sizes.
I know. Hey, can I guess that hand size?
Yeah. Just hold it up. All right, let me get a 2-second peek. I'll guess your hand size.
Yeah. That's my thing. So, yeah, those are most of the big names.
Yep.
Do you have any teams that you think killed it in free agency? Because I have a list of my top 3 list. I might have cheated, but
I don't know. The Dolphins have just signed so many people that I feel like they got to be up there.
They got to have somebody who can play.
They got to have somebody. They signed a couple Patriots too, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that kind of
okay. Yeah, go ahead.
That goes into my list. Both of those things go into my list. This is my big best of free agency list. Best teams who made the most of the offseason. The offseason is the season because there is no offseason.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
If you're doing it right.
Yeah.
There is no offseason.
And these are probably the teams that are going to maximize from them. 3, Broncos. They got Melvin Gordon, who, I don't know if you saw my tweet. I predicted Melvin Gordon to the Broncos because I forgot they had Philip Lindsay.
Mm-hmm.
So I said,
but still worked out.
I said, you know what? He would probably make sense there. And then I remembered they had Philip Lindsay, and I said, oh, that kind of doesn't make sense, but I predicted it anyway. So I'm just going to stand with that as a good choice. And they got Jarrell Casey for like a 7th round pick, which seems like a huge steal. So they got AJ Boye, and really a lot of trades more than free agent pickup, but a good offseason nonetheless. Also, Drew Lock is going to be the MVP.
On Drew Lock. Yep.
He's going to be the MVP of the league next year. No big deal. Only team he didn't beat last year was the Chiefs. So he's going to be a stud. Number 2, similar to your Dolphins point, the Lions. They're just signing every Patriot that they can.
Yeah.
Until they just run out of options.
Available Patriots.
And that's what they've been doing for the whole time that they've had Matt Patricia, and obviously it's worked so far. So we'll probably see him.
There hasn't been, any rumors of him getting fired or being on the hot
crazy.
Seat. Yeah. Nothing.
So
nothing.
And players love him. So
Darius Slay just told
had nothing but
the
nice
Philadelphia
things to say.
Media that he loved him. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Matt Patricia continuing to make great moves in Detroit and make the fans nothing but excited for the rest of the year with all the players that the Patriots don't want. So that's nice. Number 1A is the Colts. Number 1 because I feel obligated to. put them at 1. And I wanted to, but the number 1 team had such a great offseason that I couldn't neglect that, and that's the Cleveland Browns, who, also like the Miami Dolphins, signed everybody in sight. They said...
So everybody has gone to the Browns, the Dolphins, or the Lions.
Yeah. The Browns have pretty much just picked up everybody, and some people have positions they don't even need. Let's give Austin Hooper a ton of money. Not like we don't have tight ends.
Yeah.
And then, probably the best move of the offseason, they traded for a fullback, 7th-round pick, really solidify their options there. I mean, if you know, Stefanski loves to use the fullback.
Mm-hmm.
And Minnesota's fullback even got a contract extension this past season. So,
wow.
Ham.
So this guy...
forget his name, but... his first name, but...
yeah, but his last name's Ham, right?
So his last name is Ham. Right. Andy Jankovic is who I believe they got from the Broncos.
I don't know.
Both of those teams having a great offseason, and nothing better than a good old fullback trade.
Stick with the fullback thing. The Steelers now have Derek Watt.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is cool, because now he's going to be with his brother,
probably
TJ. Nice family affair up there in Pittsburgh.
Bill O'Brien will probably trade J.J. Watt to Pittsburgh just because he thinks
for a fifth rounder.
Just because he thinks that it would be cool for them all to be together.
Yeah.
He might not even ask for anything.
I mean, as long as he's going to say, as long as you 3 come to my 4th of July barbecue.
Yes.
That we talked about earlier. He can do it. He'll do it.
Yeah. And that's really all the terms of the trade. That's what he wants in return.
The Texans don't even get anything.
No. And then maybe Mason Rudolph.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be fair.
Yep. Or Duck Hodges, because I think anybody with the name Duck would probably get along with Bill O.B. I think that's all we got for today.
Yeah, well, that was good.
I think we already have way too much, so we're probably not going to do any segments this week, but we'll do some next week.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we'll be back hopefully a little bit more consistently. I was happy that we got to put out this free agency thing, and we'll see if there's actually any sports to talk about when we get back next week. But for now, we'll see you guys survive and try to have a decent week.
I'll smell you later. Stay safe.